Feel good, and I definitely look how I feel today. But that's neither here nor there. I am so annoyed with healthcare as a whole. I hate how every single time I go to the doctor, I feel like they're not doing thorough examinations. They're not trying to actually help me. They're literally just trying to hurry up and get me out of the office and prescribe me a whole bunch of medications or have me go buy a whole bunch of medications. So let's just talk about this. So I want to say it was at the end of September or the beginning of October when the weather first started changing. I got a sinus infection, same way I always do. I couldn't go to the regular doctor, so I kept doing virtual visits. They kept telling me, you have strep, you have COVID, you have strep, you have COVID. I am like, no, I don't have strep. No, I don't have COVID. I know what it is. I know my body. It's my sinuses. This happens every year. Eventually, I go take a COVID test, take a strep test, take a flu test. All of this shit comes back negative. Finally, I do a video visit with the doctor because I still couldn't get in to go to the actual office. He's like, your face is definitely inflamed. I can hear the sinus congestion. Your mucus is still clear, so I don't think you have any infection. So we're not going to prescribe antibiotics, but we want, because I have allergy and sinus induced asthma. So we want you to continue taking your sinus nasal spray and your allergy and asthma medications until the symptoms subside. Okay, cool. So I did that. You know, those people who know me know I don't like taking medicine. But I did. I took the medicine. I made my little concoction of tea that I always make. And the cough, the fever, the extreme sinus pressure, fatigue, it went away. What didn't go away is the congestion and the post-nasal drip. And then the extreme pressure just right here under my eyes and on my nose. This has been going on. I told y'all this started at the end of September, beginning of October. Here we are in November. So this has been going on about 6 weeks. So because all week I have been feeling, really the past 2 weeks, I have not been feeling good. I cannot breathe. At night, especially, I cannot breathe through my nose. I'm wheezing every time I lay down. And I can't really sleep comfortably because I have to have my head propped up and able to breathe. So I'm like, I've exhausted the things that I know to do. I'm still not feeling good. So let me go back to the doctor and let me actually go in to see somebody. So I say, I'm not even going to go to the regular doctor. I'm going to go to the ear, nose, and throat doctor because whatever is going on is happening in my ears, nose, and throat. It's always allergies and sinuses for me. That's just really what gets me sick every time. So I go to the ENT. I'm thinking they're going to tell me, okay, this is what's wrong. This is what you need to do. Cool. No, they did not do that. They did not do that at all. This lady going to tell me, so we don't know if it's your allergies or your sinuses. I know I can't really get all the way into your nose to see what I need to see because it's kind of tight in there. So I know there's some inflammation. So we're going to have to send you off for a CT scan. But let's talk about your options as far as long-term treatment because this seems like to be a reoccurring issue for you. So we can either put you through allergy testing and immunotherapy, which will every week expose you to things that you're allergic to for a period of 3 to 5 years, different things that you're allergic to, via tincture or shot, until you're not allergic to them anymore. It's a process of 3 to 5 years. Or we can have you just do these nasal sprays and nasal rinses every day and continue to take your allergy medicine. And then let me tell you a regimen to do for the time being until we can get your CT scan results back. This lady gonna tell me to do a neti pot rinse once or twice a day. In the morning, I'm supposed to be using Flonase. In the evening, I'm supposed to be using Azesaline. I'm supposed to be taking Zyrtec every single day. And then I'm supposed to go buy Sudafed if I still feel like I'm having additional sinus symptoms. And there is no time limit on how long I'm supposed to do this daily regimen of 5 different medications that don't even treat what's going on but suppress the symptoms. And then my body is dependent on them every day. My body becomes dependent. She literally told me you have to take the Flonase every single day in order for it to work. And you might just have to go buy it in bulk. Like, first of all, with the insurance that I have, my prescriptions are covered. Every time I go to the doctor, they want me to buy all this over-the-counter shit, and I just don't understand it. Because I don't want to buy the over-the-counter shit. Prescribe me whatever it is that y'all want me to take so I don't have to pay for it, because I don't want to take the shit or do the shit anyway. That's one. Two, I don't want to take any medicine every single day, let alone take 5 different medications every single day, because y'all don't want to take the time to actually cure what's going on with me. Now, if this CT scan comes back and I have to have sinus surgery and they say, okay, once you have the sinus surgery, then you should be good, then that'll be a whole different conversation that I'm having with y'all. But the whole point that I'm trying to make right now is, this is why I don't go to the doctor. They don't care to cure or heal us. All they want to do is make us dependent upon them and dependent upon medication. I don't need that. So now, since I know that the doctors aren't going to do anything for me, I'm going to have to take matters into my own hands and heal myself. And I could have been did this. I've just been being lazy, if I'm going to be 100% honest, because I've been busy. I've been busy as hell. I don't have time to do all of these things. But what am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to fast. I'm going to have to probably be on a 75% raw diet for a little while, because health starts within the gut, even allergies and sinuses. I'm not going to be able, I already don't eat processed foods, but I'm not going to be able to eat any dairy. And those who know me, y'all know I love my cheese. I don't even really eat dairy outside of cheese, but I love my cheese. I'm not going to be able to eat no dairy. I'm going to have to just give it up. I'm going to have to make my tea and drink my tea religiously in the morning and in the evening. And I'm going to have to probably get a better humidifier and just make sure that there's no dust. Make sure that there's no dust or anything. I'm going to probably have to do steam treatments on my face every night. Like, it's a whole fucking regimen now that I have to do every day in order to fix this myself, when I've been going to the doctors and taking their medications and doing all the things and it's not working. I hate taking medicine. The past 2 weeks, I have literally been taking all of my asthma medication, all of my allergy medication, and my sinus nasal sprays almost every single day. I'm not about to keep doing that for Lord knows how long, because these medicines have side effects and I don't want it. And I don't want my body dependent on no medication. It's bad enough I have to take Zyrtec every day. If I don't take it, my allergies are insane. There's always a natural cure, babe. There's always a natural cure. It might take a little bit longer. It might take a little bit more effort. It may even require more time, more discipline, more dedication. But there is always a natural cure, okay? And I'm going to have to go the natural route. I thought that I was going to this one time just be able to trust the doctors to do what they're supposed to do, to trust them to want me to be able to actually breathe, because that is the main issue. I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe through my nose. At least out of 100% of a day, I would say at least 60% of the day, I cannot breathe through my nose. The only reason why I can actively breathe through my nose right now is because when I went to the doctor, she sprayed something in my nose that numbed my nose and my throat. So since then, it feels like it's opened up a little bit, but this is just ridiculous. When I complain about it, people think I'm crazy because they don't understand why it upsets me that these doctors want to treat symptom by symptom and give me all these medicines that have all these damn side effects. Because if I'm doing all this shit up my nose every single day, I can get nosebleeds, I can get headaches. Like, I already have chronic headaches. I don't want to. Anyway, people think I'm crazy when I start talking about stuff like this. I'm not crazy. We have a healthcare and medical provider system that is not worried about helping us. They're not worried about whether we are better or not. They want us to just be dependent. They want us to spend money. Everything is about a dollar. Everybody upset and all up in arms about this election. No matter who was going to win the election, neither one of these candidates are fully for the American people. I don't care what y'all say. What we really need is a president who's a humanitarian. That's what we really need. And I know what some of y'all are going to say. Some of you who are really into politics and you're educated, you're going to say, Shawnee, you're talking about socialism. I'm not saying that we should go from a democracy to socialism. I'm just saying that we should adopt a few more socialist principles. One being that everybody gets health care that actually benefits them and not big pharma. Another being that people have housing and shelter without having to riot and do all of the things for it, because there is no lack. We live in an abundant society. Even though they're trying to make it seem like there's a lack, there is no lack. Okay, we live in an abundant society. There's no reason why there's people who own multiple homes and there are homeless people at the same time. There is absolutely no reason for that. There's absolutely no reason why we have people that are billionaires and then we have people that are struggling every month to buy groceries and pay their rent. There's no reason for that. And until there is a candidate, whether it's on a local level or a federal level, until there is a candidate that will come and say, I am here to aid in bringing the American people together as a whole, no matter what their race, class, religion, or sex is. I am here dedicated to reforming this nation in a way that builds us up to be the melting pot that we are. Instead of being combative and pointing the finger this way, pointing the finger that way, and only getting involved in things when it benefits them. Until we have that, I don't know what y'all are so up in arms about, to be 100% honest and frank with you. Because those are the things that matter. Until we have a better healthcare system, a better criminal justice system, a better employment system, until they stop asking us, what is your race on applications, and they actually start treating us like we're all American and we all deserve the abundance that is our birthright, which is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I just, and I'm very much so committed to being the change that I want to see, because I live a life where I'm more of a creator than a consumer. I make my own body butter. I make my own body scrub. I make my own food. Absolutely love to be of service in the community. And I feel like all of us need to adopt that attitude so that we can see the changes that we need to see. Now, I'm not telling y'all to think like me. Okay, I don't believe in that. I'm just telling you, remember that you're human first. Okay? You're not an employee, you're not a number, you are not a diagnosis. You are first human, and you deserve to be treated as such. And the fact that I have been, for the past 6 weeks, going back and forth with doctors about the fact that I literally cannot breathe, and nobody seems to have any type of urgency as far as how to eradicate the issue with minimal medication, because that's my preference. I have a problem with that. And then it's like, what do? Go spend thousands of dollars to see a natural doctor? I ain't got it. While I'm talking about it, let's not pretend like y'all not worried about the children and their future and how the education system needs to be reformed. And nobody is really actively, consistently speaking about that. Y'all aren't talking about how there's so much human trafficking being exposed, and a lot of this human trafficking has to do with children, has been going on for years, probably will continue to go on for years, and yet it's during election season is so hush hush in the mainstream media. Y'all don't want to talk about it, but y'all want to talk about the optics. It's deeper than that, baby. It's deeper than that. It's much, much deeper than that. And then some people don't even have access to the food that they need. I have the privilege to have had access to the information that I needed to learn what I needed to know about how to be my own boss. I have the privilege that I had access to learn how to heal my body with natural foods, natural herbs, and natural remedies. It was a privilege to have that access to books, access to the internet, access to people with wisdom in spaces that could direct me to the right source for these things. And then also to be able to not go that far and be able to find the things that I need to facilitate this. That is not a privilege that everybody has. How are you going to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness when you can't even feed your body properly so that it can function well? How? How are you going to pursue life, liberty, and happiness? Activation, nervous system regulation, okay? This is what we need to be focused on teaching the children. And we also need to understand that we live in a corrupt world and society, and us millennials have seen it all, okay? We've seen it all. We've seen the transition from these things happening and nobody knowing about it because there was no access. There was no access. The internet brought access. So now that we have the access, we have more information. And we see what's going on a lot more clearly. But just because it's not talked about on a mainstream level, we can't continue pretending like these things don't exist. We cannot. Even though I don't have children, I find myself every day thinking, what about the children? What are the children of today like when they're in their 20s, when they're in their 30s? What is their reality going to be like? I'll be 50, 60. What is my reality going to be like? I think about that every day. And I don't know about y'all, but this is not what I want for my children. It's not. It's not what I want for my children. And y'all wonder why I've been so quiet? I've been so quiet because these are the things that weigh on me. And when I try to speak about these things, instead of people saying that two things can be true at one time, they try to argue with me. And I'm not about to argue with nobody. about nothing. So much. You know what I mean? It's just so much. But y'all pray for me, okay? Pray for my ability to breathe and that I get some answers and some relief soon. Pray for my discipline and discernment so that I can carry out these natural remedies with consistency and grace. Give yourself some hugs and love as we navigate this time of heaviness and grief and frustration and uncertainty. You know, and today is Venus Day, so love on yourself and somebody else today. Be good to yourself, be gentle with others. You deserve to be the best version of yourself to yourself and for other people. You deserve to be the version of yourself that God sees in you every single day when you wake up. And I hope that you can make a commitment in this season of your life to do that. If for nobody else, first and foremost for yourself. Y'all have a good day.